Welcome everyone to what might be the start of competitive team Pokemon Go PvP. Now, as you saw King's tweet earlier in the week asking if anyone would be interested in leading the different regions for this competitive team aspect. As you saw, I was nominated to lead the European group, and the European group has already kind of grouped together. They are already all Ultra or working on Ultra right now. They are the top ranked players from Season 1, so all the ace trainers. There's 27, I believe, of them that are working together to get better and provide amazing tournaments like the one you guys are going to see today. Now, what is happening? What is this all about? Well, this is going to be a 3-on-3 team tournament. So there's going to be 3 players on the Alliance 1 side and 3 players on the Alliance 2 side. Now, the alliances are just a general name we have right now. Obviously, in the future, we're going to come up with some really cool team names like the Wobbling Wobbuffets or something like that. But it's just the start, right? It's a fun idea of how we could go about this. So what are the rules? Well, obviously, 2 teams of 3. There's going to be different phases to it. First is going to be the ban round. Now, these bans are going to be treated like League of Legends, if you guys are aware of that, where each team will go back and forth banning Pokemon. So there'll be 6 total bans, unique bans, where none of these Pokemon can be picked by the teams for this tournament. After that, we're going to do a draft round, going back and forth. Again, unique Pokemon, meaning there can be no duplicates. Once something is banned or picked, it's off the table. There is only one of that Pokemon in this tournament. So what this does is provide a very high ceiling of skill, team building, and just tournament play on the spot when it comes to Pokemon Go PvP. So the teams will ban 6 Pokemon. They'll pick 18 Pokemon each so that each person has a team of 6, and then they'll have 15 minutes to be able to prepare those teams, and then they will do a round robin tournament. So player 1 will fight player 1, 2, and 3 on the opposing side. The team that comes out with the most wins is the winner. Because there's a total of 27 actual battlers, there can be no tie. Someone will get 14 wins and the other one will get 13, or obviously more than that. That would be the closest it can get. So there's no way for it to tie because it is a odd number. So we are going to dive into the players that we see. So moving right into the Alliance 1 side, we have Shadow Cold MFG from Austria, Season 1 Ace Trainer, rank 116 in the world with a 73.19% win rate, which is incredibly high. 70% plus is huge. We have XCK Chris, a German player, Season 1 Ace Trainer, rank 101 in the world with a 68.85% win rate. We have The Nut, a German player as well, Season 1 Ace Trainer, rank 47 in the world with a 76.2% win rate. That is huge, guys. Up on the Alliance 2 side, we have Elisa Novo. She is from Italy, and she is a Season 1 Ace Trainer, rank 13 in the world, with a astounding 77.14% win rate. We have Ricky 1990 from Italy as well, Ace Trainer, rank 83 in the world with a 75.29% win rate. And finally, we have Tho Tactical from the Netherlands with a Season 1 Ace Trainer, rank number 9 in the world with an astounding 85.15% win rate. That is just ridiculously high. So these 2 teams will be going at it. They're going to start with the ban round, which we will see here. They'll do the draft round, and then we will get right into the tournament. So moving into the ban round, like we had mentioned earlier, each team will ban 3 Pokemon, starting with the Alliance 1 banning 1 Pokemon, Alliance 2, 2 Pokemon, Alliance 3, 2, and Alliance 2, the final Pokemon. So the first ban coming in on the Alliance 1 side is that Altaria. Altaria, dominant, #1 ranked for Open Great League. Gets the instant ban, doesn't surprise me. Alliance 2 on the other side, banning Skarmory and Defense Form Deoxys. Huge meta relevant for the Great League. Alliance 1 now, banning the Tropius and the Bronzong. Tropius, a huge grass user, and Bronzong, a great generalist as a confusion user. And Alliance 2 with the final ban of Umbreon. And Umbreon with that update to Snarl is an absolute monster. This thing is ridiculous. So those are the bans. So none of these 6 Pokemon are going to be allowed in this tournament. If you were hoping to see it, sorry, it is not going to be in here. Coming in on the draft round, Alliance side, Alliance 1 and Alliance 2 will both be picking Pokemon in sets of 2. We'll start off with a set of 1, but basically each round they'll pick 2 Pokemon until each team has a total of 18 Pokemon. So the first pick coming in on Alliance 1 side is going to be the Azumarill. Azumarill, a fantastic lead pick there. It is an awesome Pokemon for the Great League. Alliance 2 coming in with Medicham and Probopass. So Medicham, an absolute fantastic fire. Probopass, a great counter. And Alliance 1 coming in with Bastiodon and Steelix, locking in those tanks as we see here early. Alliance 2 now coming in with those sweepers. Swampert and Vigoroth, both very spammy, both very dominant when it comes to charge moves. Now, Alliance 1 coming in with Hypno and Lantern. So they are grabbing these tanks and anti-tanks early. Alliance 2 picking up Melmetal and Lucario. So Alliance 2 taking a different approach, getting the big damage dealers first. Now Alliance 1 back at it with Golbat and Sableye. Sableye is a fantastic pick for this, and Golbat as well. Alliance 2 now coming in with Meganium and Whiscash, which they didn't grab Venusaur, so Alliance 1 might go for Venusaur now, which they do. As we see Alliance 1 recognizing the Meganium pick are instantly going to go for Venusaur, and they also pick up Claydol as well. Alliance 2 now coming in with the single pick of Fortress, and now we are going to reset the cycle for the last set of 9. So Alliance 1 picking up Toxicroak, a great fighter, a great counter because of that Mud Bomb spam. Alliance 2 now picking up a Lowland Muck and a Jirachi. Very interesting picks here. Let's see what Alliance 1 does. They come in with Blaziken and Quagsire. So now we're starting to see those counter anti-tanks, those sweepers that we see here. Alliance 2 now picking up Victory Bell because of that Quagsire pick, and also picking up Noctowl as a flyer. Alliance 1 coming in with a Togekiss and a Alolan Marowak. Fantastic picks. Alolan Marowak, personal favorite of mine. Alliance 2 now with Lapras and Lanoon, and no one's picked up Zweilous yet, so I'm wondering if we will see that. Blossom and Tentacruel coming in for Alliance 1. And there's only a few Pokemon left. Alliance 2 is going to pick up Flygon and Mew. Mew is a box of chaos because you have no clue what its moveset's going to be. Alliance 1 now picking up the Sceptile and Zweilous in that last spot. And Alliance 2, their last Pokemon is going to be a Alolan Sandslash. So there we have it. These are the 36 Pokemon going to be used. 18 for each side, 6 for each player, and now they have to go in, build their teams of 6 based on what they see on the opponent's side, and then get right into the tournament. Getting right into this first battle, Though Technical versus the Nut 93, we have Alolan Marowak versus Alolan Muck. So this is not looking good for Alolan Marowak. Alolan Muck's going to be able to spam out that Dark Pulse or Acid Spray. Let's see what happens. No shields coming up. It is going to be the Dark Pulse, which is going to be super effective. Now he has to go for that Shadow Ball, forcing the shield or getting a ton of damage off right here. Let's see what happens. The Shadow Ball does connect, not very effective, but he was able to chunk it down. Now he is coming in with Zweilous, gonna be spamming Dragon Breath, but he lands the Sludge Wave. That is a huge land on damage. He is now gonna be getting off a Body Slam here, but the Medicham is gonna be able to chunk down this Zweilous with counter, as you see there. So it's two shields up on both sides. Alolan Marowak has absolutely no health, so it is going to be up to Blossom to be able to finish off Though Technical's team for the Nut, which isn't looking too good considering there is still 2 shields up. As we see Blossom coming in, he is going to have to shield this right here. This could be a powered up Ice Punch. As we see, the Ice Punch is coming through, so it was a great shield. That would have done a huge chunk of damage. He's going to have to farm down the Blossom. The next Pokemon coming in is going to be the Lapras. We'll have to see if this is an Ice Shard Lapras. That will be great to know for the game 2 and 3. And as we see, it is Ice Shard based on the animations there on Blossom. So he is going to be able to chunk down the Lapras, but not enough to finish. So game 1 goes to Tho Technical. Let's move into game 2. So we have Hypno versus Medicham right here on the lead. The Medicham has to get out of there instantly. Hypno is a great counter, and the Nut is looking to bring in Blaziken. But this Lapras is storing tons of energy. As you can see there, it likely has 2 Surfs back-to-back because of the energy charge rate from Ice Shard. So this Blaziken is going to have to put up 2 shields if it wants to take down this Lapras. As we see, there is a second Surf back-to-back, so he is going to put up 2 shields. He knows he needs to win this situation by farming down. Hopefully no more Surfs come in, so no Surfs coming in on the technical side. The Medicham is going to come back in, so the Nut is going for this Blast Burn right now. Will it connect? It does connect. Huge damage onto that Medicham. So fantastic play for the Nut to be able to take out the Lapras and the Medicham here. Let's see, the Medicham, no shields left up on the Nut side, but he still has the Hypno. Alolan Muck now coming in, so he is going for these Ice Punches on the Hypno. The first Ice Punch does connect, doing neutral damage to the Hypno, and he's just going to be able to continue to spam, but he's going to have to get out of there if he wants to survive these Dark Pulses that'll be coming through. So this first charge move coming in, likely going to be the Dark Pulse, which it is. It's going to do a ton of damage. Now he is switching to Zwellios. This Zwellios will likely get hit by Sludge Wave right here. It is Sludge Wave, doing a ton of damage. He needs to farm this thing down. He is going to fire off the Body Slam, and hopefully has enough energy for a second Body Slam on this Medicham, which he doesn't, but the Medicham goes down to Fast Attack. So game 2 goes to the Nut. We are tied 1-1 in the series, and we have similar leads. Hypno versus Alolan Muck, but we see the swap in to Lantern. This Lantern gonna be putting out pressure with these Thunderbolts. It's not gonna do a ton of damage to the Medicham, but it is going to chunk down. So as you see there, did a decent amount of health to that Medicham. Power-up punches coming in for Medicham to ramp up his counter damage, and he's gonna be able to get to another one. No shields up going for the Nut. Power-up punch does connect, again not doing a ton of damage. With a recent update to Power-Up Punch, it is an actual nerf to the raw damage. He does put up a shield, though. He wants to finish off this Lantern with fast attacks and hopefully land something hard hitting against the Hypno that is likely to come in. So we see the Hypno coming back in. This is either going to be Ice Punch or Power-Up Punch. No need to shield on the Nut side. It is going to be a Ice Punch. As you see, not a lot of damage there. But the Hypno is now farming, but Alolan Marowak is coming back, or Alolan Muck, I should say, is coming back in with the Dark Pulse. He is going to switch to the Zwellios, knowing that the Medicham is off the field. He can go to town with Dragon Breath and Body Slam, but getting off the Dark Pulse here, let's see how much damage this does. He does get the final shield. So now he is going to go for another Dark Pulse if he can get to it, which he does. And we'll see how much damage this does, guys. It does finish off the Lapras. The Alolan Muck is about to go down. The Dragon Breath just absolutely shredding this Alolan Muck. Zwellios able to clean up. So game 3 going to the Nut. So in the series, it is 2-1 to the Nut, 2-1 to Alliance 1, and we are going to move into the next match. Alright, so still in round 1, but the next set of battlers will be Elisa Nobile versus Shadow Cold MFG, and these teams are looking pretty solid. So on Elisa's side, we see a Victory Bell, Alolan Sandslash, Whiscash, Melmetal, Vigoroth, and Noctowl. On Shadow Cold's side, we see the Toxicroak, Bastiodon, Togekiss, Sceptile, Sableye, and Tentacruel. So really interesting team dynamics here, but let's see if that Whiscash will come in clutch for Elisa, as it'll be able to do a ton of work to a lot of these Pokemon, but it does have to watch out for Sceptile. Alright, moving into this first match, we are on Shadow Cold's point of view. So let's see how this game goes. We have Toxicroak versus Vigoroth. So these counters are going to be hurting Vigoroth a lot, as you guys know. Vigoroth, a normal type Pokemon. She has to get out of there. She brings in a Alolan Sandslash, though. So really interesting bring in. No shields coming up on Shadow side. This Ice Punch is coming through, and that does a ton of damage. So is Vigoroth going to be coming back in? Let's see. So we see Whiscash now coming in. So Sceptile now coming in, going to be spamming those Leaf Blades with that Fury Cutter fast move. This is going to start chunking away at the Whiscash if no shields go up. So let's see if this is going to be Mud Bomb or Blizzard. Do any shields go up? A shield does go up, and it is Blizzard. So a great shield there on Shadow side. Another Leaf Blade coming through. This will one-shot that Whiscash if not shielded. A second shield does come up, and she switches to Vigoroth. This Leaf Blade is going to connect on the Vigoroth, and with that normal typing, it's going to be doing neutral damage, but it's not going to be enough to take it out. Vigoroth now is in position to do Body Slam spams. We see the shield go up on the Sceptile and the potential swap out. Oh, perfect time swap out into Toxicroak to absorb the Body Slam. Now let's see what he decides to bring back in. Is he going to bring the Sceptile or bring in the Bastiodon? He is bringing in the Bastiodon this time. Going to try to absorb all the damage from this Vigoroth. Looks like he might be able to get the Bulldoze off here last second. It is a Body Slam actually, so not a lot done. But Whiscash now coming in. These Mud Bombs are going to be doing super effective damage. This is looking out of control. Will this Bastiodon be able to get this Whiscash down low enough, and will this Whiscash have enough energy for a Blizzard on this Sceptile? He's looking to switch. He tries to switch. Oh man, the switch comes in. Is this a Blizzard? Oh my goodness, it's a Blizzard. Oh wow, the Whiscash completely sweeps game one. Wow, incredible play. Hard loss lead there, sacrificing a Alolan Sandslash and knowing that Whiscash is going to sweep. That was an incredible play. All right, let's move into game two. We have Sceptile versus Noctowl. Noctowl going to be farming the Sceptile, but brings in the Bastiodon to hard lock the Noctowl. Whiscash now coming in. Oh, this is bad news bears for Shadow. That Whiscash with that Mud Bomb spam is going to be doing a ton of damage to this Bastiodon, and ultimately the best counter to a Bastiodon because it resists all its charge moves. So Mud Bombs are just going to be flying away because of the high energy per turn from Mudshot. She is just storing a ton of energy, going to be sending out another Mud Bomb here. A shield does go up on Bastiodon's side. He's looking to do the Stone Edge here and likely try to switch out to save Bastiodon for Noctowl. He does get the switch out, and he's bringing in Sceptile now. Ooh, is this a Blizzard? Oh dear. It is a Blizzard. Great call by Shadow for putting up that shield. The Noctowl does come in though. Because Noctowl has a normal typing, these Leaf Blades will be doing not very effective, but still it does a decent chunk, guys. So as we see Sky Attack going to be coming in right now, that's going to finish off the Sceptile. Tough choice. 2 shields. Could bring in the Bastiodon to try to farm down, but let's see what happens. There just doesn't seem to be enough health on Bastiodon. This Sky Attack will either finish off or get it extremely low. Oh, it just Bastiodon, such a tank. He's going to be able to finish off with fast moves alone, but 2 shields still up on Elisa's side. Likely going to be going for the Stone Edge here, but let's see what happens. Yes, goes for the Stone Edge. Alolan Sandslash coming in. He's going to have to bring in the Toxicroak to start chunking away the Alolan Sandslash and getting energy. He does finish off the Toxicroak. It's Whiscash left, but how much energy does this Whiscash have? Does it have enough for multiple Mud Bombs? Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. Is this a Blizzard or is this a Mud Bomb? It is a Mud Bomb. Is there a second Mud Bomb? No, there is not. So game 2 going to Shadow. Very well played. Way to actually use that shield on Bastiodon early on so that you could save it for the end game. All right, we are tied in the series 1-1 going into game 3. We have Sceptile again lead versus Noctowl, so this isn't looking too good. The swap into Toxicroak this time. So again, still a bad lead. on Shadow's side versus Elisa, but now we have Whiscash versus Toxicroak. Whiscash definitely has the upper hand here with Mud Bombs being super effective to a Toxicroak, so if they want to keep it alive, he's going to have to shield. He could, however, chunk down this Whiscash with counters if a Mud Bomb definitely lands here. Let's see if it does. Mud Bomb does not connect, so shield going in. Now, are we going to see a second shield from Shadow with that Toxicroak? No shield coming in. This is going to eliminate the Toxicroak here. So we are going to see the Sceptile coming back in now that the switch timer is up for Shadow. We do see a little bit of lag, but he needs to expect that. Ooh, he gets off the Leaf Blade just before Elisa is able to switch out into Knocked Out. So that is going to finish off the Whiscash. What is she going to bring in now? She brings in the Knocked Out, the instant switch to Bastiodon, and it's a Vigoroth on the other side. So this isn't looking too good. However, Body Slam isn't going to be doing super effective damage, guys. It's going to do nothing. You got to watch out for that Bulldoze, but he does have a shield left. So it's a matter of Elisa ability to get a shield bait here. So is this going to be Body Slam? Is this going to be Bulldoze? It's a Body Slam. Very good call by Shadow to hold that shield. This one, is it Body Slam? Is it Bulldoze? It's Bulldoze. Puts up the shield very last second. Oh, wow. Incredible. Oh, man. Okay, Sceptile going to have to finish off. This Body Slam will do probably a decent chunk to this Sceptile. And then now it's Sceptile versus Knocked Out. Knocked Out has stored energy. That Sky Attack going to be finishing off the Sceptile. So game 3 goes to Elisa Nobile. So GG's. Very well played. So we are tied 3-3 in the series after 2 sets of matches. We are going to go into the third set of round 1. We have Ricky 1990 versus XCK Chris. So Ricky bringing Swampert, Jirachi, Mew, Lucario, Probopass, and Meganium. So a great team there, very spammy, great coverages. XCK Chris bringing Azumarill, Steelix, Quagsire, Golbat, Claydol, and Venusaur. So this is going to be a huge play for that Venusaur, and it needs to watch out for the confusion from Jirachi and potential moveset from Mew. But Venusaur has the ability to take out that Swampert, take out the Meganium, take out that Probopass. So ooh, this is going to be interesting. Who comes out on top? Let's see how these battles go. All right, moving into game 1, we have Azumarill versus Swampert. So the key to this is if that Swampert has Sludge Wave. If it does, this is not looking too good for Azumarill. So let's see if a shield does go up on XCK Chris's side. It is a Earthquake, however. Earthquake's still doing a decent chunk, so now we know the moveset of that Swampert. It's going to be Hydro Cannon and Earthquake. Ice Beam's now coming out from the Azumarill. This is going to chunk down the Swampert, but he does bring in the Mew. Now, this Mew moveset could be anything. It has so many potential moves. We are going to see the Ice Beam connect and the switch into Venusaur. Ooh, this is a dangerous game right here. Shield coming up. It is a Wild Charge. Okay, so we know it's a Wild Charge Mew with Shadow Claw as the fast move, but what is this second charge move? It's a Wild Charge again, going to be doing a decent chunk to Venusaur. He is going to have to fire off this Frenzy Plant. He can't take too many more of these Wild Charges from the Mew. So the Mew does go down. Now the third Pokemon comes in, and it is the Jirachi. Going to have to fire off this Frenzy Plant. Jirachi now going to be able to take out the Venusaur. Golbat's probably going to have to be the one to come in, or Azumarill here. Getting off the Ice Beam right here. This might force the shield on that Jirachi. Let's see. We do get the shield on Jirachi. Now he is going to switch to Golbat, but this Golbat, because of its poison typing, is going to get chunked by this confusion. This Jirachi is set up to take this thing down. However, ooh, he gets to a Doom Desire just before he has the ability to get off a charge move. That is going to take out the Golbat, so GG's. And the Azumarill now goes down to fast move. So game 1 goes to Ricky. Game 2, we have Quagsire versus Swampert. Quagsire is going to lose this because of those Hydro Cannon spams. It's going to be able to out-spam the Quagsire. we're just going to see Hydro Cannons flying out from Swampert here. Going to be doing half of Quagsire's health. He's going to answer back with an Earthquake of his own, though. This will do a decent chunk if not shielded. It is shielded, however, so this Swampert is just going to spam. We see the Venusaur come in and getting off the charge move here. He knows it could be Earthquake. He doesn't put up the shield. It is an Earthquake. That absolutely wrecks the Venusaur. Jirachi coming in to finish off on the fast move. What a play by Ricky right there. Quagsire coming in, hoping to get off a charge move. He is going to get off the Earthquake here. Jirachi, being such a squishy Pokemon, would get absolutely destroyed by that Earthquake. And the Jirachi takes down the Quagsire. So only one Pokemon left on XCK Chris's side. It is going to be that Golbat. And as we know, the Confusion is going to be chunking down the Golbat. And the Jirachi is going to be spamming, but he does have shields, but he needs to get this Jirachi off the field very quickly and hope to have some stored energy for the Pokemon in the back. He is going to get to a Shadow Ball. This should be taking out the Jirachi here, but Swampert has stored energy, and there's still a third Pokemon. And it is going to be Swampert coming in. He is going to go for the Poison Fang, hoping this is going to be enough damage to finish off the Swampert. But it is not, and the Hydro Cannon is going to come in here. That'll definitely clean up the Golbat. So GG's game 2 going to Ricky. All right, moving right into game 3. Let's see if anything is mixed up here from XCK Chris's side. We see the same Quagsire lead versus Swampert. Again, non-stop lead with that Swampert. He knows what that Swampert can handle, and this Quagsire is one of those things. So, again, Earthquake, Hydro Cannon coming through right here. We're going to see the Hydro Cannon on the Swampert side and the Earthquake coming through on the Quagsire side. What will CK Chris do, though? He is looking to switch, and he switches to Venusaur again, hoping to chunk down. However, charge move coming through is going to be Earthquake again. And then the swap into Jirachi to finish off. So clean, so well executed by Ricky 1990. The Quagsire coming back in, hoping to land this Earthquake. Let's see if it does. Nope, the shield goes up. He's looking to switch, but switch timer isn't up. He is going to bring in the Golbat now. This Golbat has 2 shields, but it's going to be getting chunked by the Confusions from this Jirachi. So the only hope that he has is if he's able to get a ton of stored energy from this Jirachi while taking it out, but it looks very unlikely as he's going to have to use the Shadow Ball, otherwise the Doom Desire would finish him off. So he is going for the Shadow Ball again. That is going to finish off the Jirachi. The Swampert comes in now, and it is going to... Golbat's going to go for the Poison Fang. This won't be doing a lot of damage at all to Swampert, and the Swampert is going to finish off with the Hydro Cannon. So GG's. We see all 3 wins there go to Ricky 1990. Very well played, guys, and we are going to move into round 2. So the score right now in the tournament is Alliance 1 3 points and Alliance 2 with 6 points. So Alliance 2 taking some huge wins there in round 1. Let's see if Alliance 1 can come back in round 2 to gain back some solid wins. So moving into this first game, we see Tho Technical versus Shadow now. Shadow having some really nice play with the Sceptile Bastiodon from round 1, and Tho Technical looking to come back strong with that Medicham and Alolan Muck that we saw from round 1. Moving right into the first match, we are taking a look from Tho Technical's side. Let's see how this first game goes. So we see the Flygon lead versus Toxicroak. Flygon being very spammy, having Dragon Claw and Earthquake, but we see the Togekiss come in, instant switch to the Fortress. That Togekiss's charm would absolutely destroy Dragon, so we are likely to see either Ancient Power or Flamethrower right here. It is going to be Aerial Ace, actually. So there's a lot of different movesets you can have on Togekiss. Aerial Ace is definitely one of them. So Earthquake coming in. The Togekiss is going to be shielding that. Togekiss again now. Going to be farming up, looking to do another Aerial Ace. We have a Heavy Slam coming in here on the Fortress's side. That is going to get a shield on the Togekiss. Now, will we see a second shield? We don't. So, Togekiss going to be using Ancient Power to finish off the Fortress. No buff from that Ancient Power, but we see Lapras now coming in. We see the Toxicroak coming back in. The Flygon's going to be coming in, looking to land this Earthquake. This Earthquake will be taking out the Toxicroak, but Togekiss can now come in and farm this Flygon for a lot of energy. But let's see what that last Pokemon is. So Togekiss coming in, finishes off the Flygon, and Lapras now coming in with that Ice Shard, Surf, and Skull Bash moveset. We see a Surf being fired off from Tho Technical's side. Now the last Pokemon is this Bastiodon, so he needs to go for this possible double Surf that we're going to see here. So that's one Surf getting off. We're going to see a second one. Ooh, he doesn't have enough time to get to that second one to finish it off, so that is going to be GG's. All right, moving into game 2, we have Fortress versus Toxicroak. So Fortress definitely at a disadvantage here. Toxicroak going to be hitting with those counters and those Mud Bombs. Oh, let's see what happens. So Fortress building up for that Earthquake. If the Toxicroak doesn't shield this, it's definitely going to one-shot it. Toxicroak does put up the shield, and we are seeing Fortress being farmed here for energy, likely firing off the Mud Bomb here. That's going to do a decent chunk, and finishing off with counter. So Toxicroak is loaded with tons of energy, but we see Flygon coming in, instantly putting up the shield. Flygon, being a great attacker, is going to have to shield because it is very squishy. As you can see, these counters are chunking it away. He's going to forego shields here, and the Toxicroak will be firing off a Sludge Bomb to take out about a third of Flygon's health. Dragon Claw coming in on Flygon's side to this Toxicroak. This will finish off the Toxicroak, but we still see 2 Pokemon left on Shadow's side. So let's see what he decides to come out with. He is going to come out with the Togekiss, so ready for that. The Lapras comes in now with that Tentacruel, going for the Skull Bash here instead of Surf. Interesting play. Surf not going to be doing a ton of damage, but Skull Bash definitely does, as you guys saw, and the defense rise on the Lapras. He's going to forego shields. The Acid Spray comes through, and now he'll be able to likely go for a Surf here to be able to finish off the Tentacruel, and then look to finish off that Togekiss, but the Tentacruel knows that he needs to be able to take out this Lapras. Another Acid Spray coming through, and we see the Lapras going down. Flygon now coming in, but a charge move coming from Tentacruel again. This is likely going to be Acid Spray, and then Togekiss will be able to finish up with one fast move and a smile on its face. So game 2, very well played. Alright, so we see the Flygon versus Togekiss lead, so this is really bad for Tho Technical. He needs to get out of there. Shadow, having that great call on the lead, is now going to bring the Toxicroak into the Fortress and going to be able to farm away. But will he put up a shield for this Heavy Slam, or is he going to get baited? So he puts up the shield, which is fair enough. You can still farm down this Fortress. He is going to be putting some pressure with the Mud Bomb here. Mud Bomb does connect, takes Fortress down critically low. However, he's able to get off a Heavy Slam last second. This is going to take out a good chunk of Toxicroak's health. Toxicroak having no health now. Let's see what Tho Technical decides to bring in. So he's going to bring in the Flygon again. So the Flygon foregoing shield, Sludge Bomb is connecting, and we are going to see the Togekiss come in. So Tho Technical is going to have to really switch fast to the Alolan Muck, otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So we get the fast switch, and we see Tentacruel versus Alolan Muck now. So poison on poison, this is going to be a really interesting battle of how this plays out. So Alolan Muck going for the Dark Pulse here. That is going to do a decent chunk of damage to this Tentacruel, getting off a second Dark Pulse. Ooh, things aren't looking too good for Shadow as the Tentacruel goes down, but Togekiss does come in, and it's going to start farming Alolan Muck. Because of that dark typing, it's going to be doing a decent chunk. He's going to have to shield this Sludge Wave coming in. That would have one-shot the Togekiss. Again, Flygon coming in. It doesn't matter how many shields you have. Togekiss is going to destroy this Flygon with Charm, and he knows that. It is GG's. Very well played. So as we see there, great performance from Shadow. That Togekiss was clutch for that round, and now we see a tie in the series. It is 6-6. Things are even across the board. Let's move into the next match. So this next match, we have Elisa Nobile versus XCK Chris. Elisa Nobile having those clutch plays with Whiscash, and XCK Chris looking to come back strong with that Quagsire and Venusaur play. Alright, moving into this first match, we are looking from the point of view of Elisa, and she is looking to lead with that Whiscash. Whiscash versus Quagsire. This is a great matchup between the two. She is looking to Mud Bomb spam right here. Again, not going to be doing tons of damage to each other, but enough to just start chipping away. Quagsire having a unique moveset of possibly Acid Spray, but definitely either Stone Edge or Earthquake. As we see the Earthquake coming out here, the shield coming up from Elisa's side, she is going to go for another Mud Bomb right here. This is why Whiscash can be so deadly when not facing grass Pokemon, is because it can spam that Mud Bomb. We do see the switch to Claydol, however, and we see the Blizzard gonna be coming through. This could potentially one-shot this Claydol if unshielded. It is shielded, however, so she is going to stay in. She's going to get off a Mud Bomb right here. This Mud Bomb is going to connect, and she is looking to switch, not getting out of there in time though, so she's going to go ahead and let Whiscash go down. The Psychic isn't enough to finish off, and she is going to bring in the Vigoroth now for Body Slam spam. These Body Slam spams going to be doing neutral damage to the Claydol, as we see here, and it's going to be chunking away. Because Vigoroth is a normal type Pokemon, that Confusion isn't going to be doing a ton of damage, but Vigoroth brings that fighting type counter move, which is crucial when it comes to Great League Pokemon Go PvP. So Vigoroth loaded on energy versus a Steelix, and a Thunderfang Steelix as that. So we're going to need to see a land on this Bulldoze. The Body Slam going to be coming through, hoping to get that last shield because she knows her Whiscash still has some health left, and she's going to switch. Ooh, still no shield coming down. Now she has to go for the Bulldoze. This will likely get the shield from XCK Chris, which it does. And now she is going to switch into Noctowl to soak the charge move. Is this Earthquake or Crunch? It is going to be Crunch, but these Thunderfangs are going to be chunking away at Noctowl, as you see there. But Sky Attack is going to be enough to finish off this Steelix. And the last Pokemon coming in is going to be that Quagsire. She has no shields in play. This Stone Edge will one-shot the Noctowl, and it's going to come down to the Whiscash or Vigoroth here. So she's going to come in Vigoroth with counter damage and clean things up. So GG's. Very well played. First game going to Elisa Nobile. So we see Alliance 2 taking the lead with 7 points, and Alliance 1 staying there with 6. So moving into round 2, we see Vigoroth versus Claydol on the lead, as we saw earlier. This is kind of an even matchup because it can Body Slam spam while not taking super effective damage from those Confusions, but still bringing that counter damage. So we see the first Body Slam not be shielded by Claydol. Again, getting off another Body Slam. Claydol likely having the Earth Power Earthquake moveset, so it's going to take a while to charge up moves, so you can put in one shield right here and be good to go, as we see the Earth Power connect right there, and we see the switch out to Quagsire, so she is going to stay in, go for another Body Slam here, and then likely switch to Whiscash. So Whiscash coming in on the charge move. She's going to go ahead and let it go. It's going to be that Stone Edge. Very good call on the bait there, not being an Earthquake. We see now Mud Bomb spam right here coming from Whiscash. Gonna look to farm up the Quagsire, likely invest a shield right here. No shield coming through. The Earthquake does connect, taking a ton of damage. She is going to have to go for the Mud Bomb right away on whatever is coming in right here because of the amount of health that she doesn't have. So, Mud Bomb flying away on the Golbat. No shield coming in on Chris's side. So, we see the Melmetal coming in. Now that Quagsire's off the field, Claydol's coming back in. We see the swap back into Vigoroth. Ooh, one last shield right here. This could be enough. Okay, foregoing the shield, gonna bring back in the Melmetal to finish off the Claydol with a Rock Slide, and then have the shield still for Golbat, because Golbat still has 2 shields, guys, and he's gonna have to Rock Slam spam right here. So the first shield going down. Now, is this going to be a Poison Fang or Shadow Ball? It is going to be a Poison Fang, so great call by Elisa for not shielding right there. Now, this next charge move, again, is a guess, Shadow Ball or Poison Fang. It is a Shadow Ball, though, so chunking down a ton of health. Now it's going to come down to the wire right here. We're going to have to land this next Rock Slide to break the shield. It's going to be a race to the charge move. Who can finish off first? Oh, wow, okay, the Air Cutters finishing off, or the Air Slash is finishing off the Melmetal there. Very good game, and we're going to move into game 3 now. So we're seeing a lead change from Elisa's side. She's going to be leading with that Noctowl. Noctowl versus Golbat. All right, so a flyer off. Golbat bringing that Poison Fang Shadow Ball, as we know. But we see the swap into Quagsire, so we now see the counter swap in with Vigoroth. Shields are probably going to have to start going up later on in this fight. The Stone Edge going to be doing a decent chunk of damage to Vigoroth, but Body Slam spams are going to be coming in from the Vigoroth side. As we see, they're just going to be chunking away with the additional damage coming from counter. Likely a shield coming up right here to protect the Vigoroth, and then look to finish off with counters, just farm away on this Quagsire. Ooh. Tons of stored energy on this Vigoroth, knowing that the Golbat coming in, going to be coming back in with a double Body Slam right here. One Body Slam connects, a second one coming in, but will she switch back out? She decides to stay in it and probably let the Vigoroth go down. Now, Vigoroth did an amazing job right there. Back-to-back Body Slams that did connect, and we see the Melmetal likely coming in right here. The Melmetal does come in, and Claydol is left. So, not looking too good on Elisa's side with the Claydol in with 2 shields. But she does have Noctowl with a ton of stored energy, able to get off this Sky Attack now. And Noctowl going to be able to resist the ground-type moves coming from this Claydol. So, it's just a matter of bulking down the Claydol with Noctowl here. So, as we see a charge move coming in, no need to really shield, but you can. It is going to be Psychic, which is a good shield right there. But still, 1 shield left up on the Claydol. Sky Attack is coming in. She did miss 1 bubble, so it's not going to be an excellent Sky Attack. And the Claydol is really wanting to get this Noctowl off the field. We see the charge move coming in. This is likely going to be that Psychic to finish off the Noctowl. Melmetal coming back in, able to land the Rock Slide just in time, and then look to finish off that Golbat in the back. And Golbat goes down in dramatic fashion. So, GG's, very well played. And we're going to move into the next set of battles. So moving into the final round, or the final match, I should say, of round 2. The score is 7 points to Alliance 1 and 8 points to Alliance 2. So it is a very close tie right here. But we have Ricky 1990 versus the Nut. The Nut having some great Zwellios play that we saw in round 1. And Ricky, an absolute monster and terror with that Swampert. So let's see how they handle these set of battles. All right. Getting into game 1, we are taking a look from Ricky 1990 side, and we see the Lucario lead right there. So Lucario making his first debut into that Zwellios. The Zwellios is going to be weak to counter, and the Nut knows that he has to get out of there. Blaziken coming in, but now the Swampert is going to be coming back in kind. Lucario lost a ton of health there from the counters, so Blaziken getting off the Blast Burn there, taking out a ton of health from this Swampert, and if Blaziken wants to, it can shield right here and finish off with fast moves on counter. Ooh, wow, that Blaziken coming in clutch and is weak to 2. Oh man, this is not looking good. Blaziken is looking to sweep right here. The Nut going absolutely crazy with this Blaziken. He knows it. He knows he can shield right here. So we are likely to see a shield on the Blaziken. Nope, no shield. Okay. Alright, so Blossom coming in now. So Blossom with that Razor Leaf still going to be chunking down a Lucario, but let's see if a shield comes up on the Nut from this power-up punch. We do see a shield, and Razor Leaf just going to be finishing off Lucario. So wow, GG's, very well played. That Blaziken coming in clutch right there. Moving into the second match, let's see how it goes down. So Lucario lead versus Zwelios again. So the same lead. The switch comes in. It's Blossom this time, but he swaps in Swampert to Blossom. Oh no, he thought it was going to be Blaziken. Wow. So dangerous when it comes to having Pokemon on your team that are weak, extremely weak to the fast move of the enemy, because your switches may be wrong right there. As we saw a poor switch coming in on Ricky's side, thinking it was the Blaziken again, but in fact it was Blossom, causing him to go into Swampert for the counter. Ooh, tough. It's going to be a tough comeback here for Ricky in Game 2 versus the Nut. The Nut, being a fantastic player, is going to try to capitalize on this match, as we see here, just wanting to chunk down with Razor Leaf. Rock Slide coming in on Probopass's side. That is going to finish off the Blossom. 2 shields still up. Zwelios is in play. A Rock Slide coming in. And the last Pokemon on Ricky's side is going to be that Lucario. And we see the swap into Lucario. Zwelios going to be getting off this Body Slam right here. No shield on Ricky's side. And the last Pokemon being Blaziken to finish up. Oh, wow, what an anchor. Absolutely smashing the competition right there. Blaziken being the MVP for the Nut in this set of 3. So GG's in Game 2. We're going to move into Game 3. So the Nut 2-0 on the series. Zwelios versus Probopass. So we switched to the Nut side because of video complications, but that's all right. Zwelios going to be chunking down Probopass with that Dragon Breath. Going for the Dark Pulse here. This Dark Pulse going to be doing a decent chunk of damage. We see a shield go up on Probopass's side. Probopass is looking to store a ton of energy right now. Likely back-to-back charge moves coming off. So there's the first Rock Slide, and we're going to see a second Rock Slide right away. Will a shield go up on the Nut side, though? A shield does go up, and we see the potential switch. Nope. Going for the Dark Pulse this time. Dark Pulse should be able to finish off this Probopass. A second shield goes up. Oh man, this is gonna get crazy. So 1 shield still up for the Nut. Is he gonna bring in the Blaziken? So the Blaziken coming in. Will we see the Swampert and the fast swap into Razor Leaf? We see the Swampert come in, going for the Blast Burn, unshielded, likely going into Blossom right here after the charge move. We see the Blossom come in, and the instant death with Razor Leaf. That's how dangerous it is. Mew coming in now. Still, oh, GG's. Wow, very well played by the Nut right here, able to shield whatever Mew is coming out. It is going to be a Surf, but going for this Leaf Blade in combination with Razor Leaf damage should be able to finish off the Mew and sweep this series. Such a solid play from the Nut. Way to come back and show off how strong Blaziken can be. The Nut coming in really strong right there when it came to round 2, pushing Alliance 1 ahead with a score of 10 to Alliance 2 now with a score of 8. So it all comes down to this round 3. How many wins can these guys pull off? Who can get to 14 wins first? Let's go ahead and dive right into Tho Technical versus XCK Chris. So Tho Technical showing some great play when it comes to his Alolan Muck. His Flygon being very hindrance for him when it came to running into Charm users. And XCK Chris really wanting to come back, show some dominance with that Venusaur, that Quagsire versus Tho Technical. Let's see how this battle goes. Alright, so getting right into Game 1, we're going to take a look from Tho Technical's side versus XCK Chris in Round 3 of the first European Aces Team Pokemon Go Esport Tournament. Let's get right into the battle here. So, we have Alolan Muck versus Azumarill. So, Alolan Muck looking really strong right here with that Poison Jab, going to be doing super effective damage versus the Azumarill. If it can land this Sludge Wave, it is going to absolutely decimate this Azumarill. So the Sludge Wave going through, shield goes up on Azumarill's side, and we are seeing a switch to Lapras. Lapras going to be able to absorb all the charge moves from this Azumarill. The Play Rough is going to be doing some decent damage, but he is looking to go for this Skull Bash. So he is going to put up another shield here. However, is this going to be an Ice Beam bait? No. He is going straight for Play Roughs with that Azumarill. The Skull Bash coming in here. This is going to do a decent chunk, raise that defense of the Azumarill, or of the Lapras, I should say. So now we are looking to see no other shields coming in. On Lapras' side is going to be a Play Rough, and he is going to be able to get to a Surf right here. Will we see a shield from Azumarill's side, thinking it's a Skull Bash? No shield coming through. The swap in, however, to Steelix right into a second Surf, so that is critical. Now he is going to try to chunk away. Now the Steelix does have Thunder Fang, so the energy efficiency on it is not great at all. It is very slow. So we see a Alolan Muck coming in, and we see the Dark Pulse going to be coming out from Alolan Muck. Now, Steelix still does have one shield left. No shield going up right there. He is looking to just take away as much health as he can from this Alolan Muck. Let's see if this is a Crunch or an Earthquake. It is an Earthquake, so a great shield there by Though Technical side. Looking to farm down the Steelix now and have a ton of energy for the final two Pokemon. So we see a Golbat coming in, so we're going to see a back-to-back Dark Pulse spam right here. The first Dark Pulse connects, takes away half health. The second one going to be coming in, going to be getting the shield right here. Otherwise, it is going to be GG. So we see the shield coming in. Now we see the Fortress swap in. Is this Fortress going to be able to finish off the game for Though Technical? Golbat having the moveset of Poison Fang and Shadow Ball is going to have to be flying off those Shadow Balls to take out the health. The Fortress going to be farming down, but the Heavy Slam is going to be coming in here. This Heavy Slam going to be doing a decent chunk, enough to take out the Golbat, and the Azumarill is the final Pokemon, but no charge moves left on the Azumarill, so Though Technical takes round one to bring the score up to 9 points for Alliance 2, and we're going to move into Game 2 here. So Game 2, we see the Lapras lead versus Quagsire. This is not looking too good because that Stone Edge is going to be doing a ton of damage. Quagsire, however, is very spammy, so Lapras needs to watch out for that. This Stone Edge is going to hurt. As we see, their Stone Edge doing 75% of Lapras' health, but he is looking to get off two Surfs right here, back to back. Let's see how much damage this does to this Quagsire. First shield going up. He is now going to go for another Surf. The Surf's going to do a decent chunk of damage, but not enough. Oh man, this Quagsire is getting swapped out. The Steelix, however, does come in straight into another Surf, so this will be doing a ton of damage to that Steelix, as we see there. Almost got it to half health. Now, we're going to see the Alolan Muck come in. The Alolan Muck does need to watch out for that Earthquake, but then the Crunch is not going to be doing enough damage. So will we see a Shield Bait from XCK Chris? So is this going to be a Earthquake or a Crunch? It is going to be a Crunch. No shield going up on Though Technical, so great call on the Shield Bait there. He's going to be able to farm down this Steelix. Likely shield right here. Keep up the health. No shield coming in. The Crunch coming through again. Wow. Very risky right there, but it paid off. He has so much stored energy and two shields left. He is going to put up the shield right here versus Quagsire. Any charge move coming in, but he's looking to switch to Fortress. He's switching to Fortress. Oh, nope, the Dark Pulse is going off. He is not going to do any damage with it. The Dark Pulse will barely be able to finish off, and he's going to farm down the Quagsire. So the last Pokemon coming in is going to be that Azumarill. Going to try to hit it with this Sludge Wave. And he's going to swap now to the Fortress. This Fortress does have shield advantage. This Azumarill has Ice Beam and Play Rough, as we know, and he needs to get to that Earthquake. So the first shield going up, likely going to be the Ice Beam coming through. As we see, the Ice Beam comes through, the Earthquake coming in. This shouldn't finish off the Azumarill, but is going to be very, very close, as we see. A ton of health actually still left on the Azumarill. Azumarill, an absolute tank for the Great League. If you guys don't have one, you need to get one. This thing is a monster, but it is not going to be enough to be able to stop this Fortress and the Alolan Muck that could do some nice chip damage in the back with that Poison Fang. So GG's in game 2, going to Tho Technical again, raising it now to an even 10-10. So can XCK Chris in this third match take it home for Alliance 1 to get them ahead 11-10 in the series? So we see a Lanoon lead versus Golbat. Lanoon having Shadow Claw, Grassnot, and Thunder. The Thunder going to be a huge threat to this Golbat, while Grassnot doing some nice coverage to his opponent's team in Azumarill and Quagsire. So the Thunder is coming through. This Golbat is going to need to shield this, or is going to hurt like a truck. And he does shield. He's switching now to Lapras, Ice Shard Lapras, to start chunking away at the Golbat. But we see the Quagsire come in, and we are going to see, again, a back-to-back Surf Spam. That's one thing to notice with these high-skilled players. They like to build up to multiple charge moves to put a lot of pressure on their opponent. So we see back-to-back Surfs right there, a shield coming up. This shield is going to be stopping that Stone Edge. The Stone Edge going to be doing no damage because of the shield. So the Lapras looking to farm down the Quagsire before it can get to another Stone Edge right there. Steelix now coming in, but Steelix with Thunderfang is going to be doing tons of damage, but Lapras having Surf damage right here, going to be super effective, going to be chunking away at this Steelix. He does need to shield, however, he has loaded energy on this Lapras, so we see the Surf again coming in. This should be taking out the Steelix unless we see a shield come up, which we do see a shield come up, and we see the swap back into Lanoon, able to get to that Grassnot. This Grassnot is going to finish off the Steelix, and then the last Pokemon going to be that Golbat again coming in, and it's going to be a race to the Thunder. The Poison Fang likely coming in right here to try to finish off the Lanoon, which it does, and then now Fortress coming in, just going to have to get to that Heavy Slam. Neither Shadow Ball nor Poison Fang will take out the Fortress right here. So game 3 is going to go to Tho Technical, so a full sweep right here, as we see. Just a matter of time, the Shadow Ball coming through, gonna get to the Heavy Slam. This Heavy Slam is going to finish off the Golbat. So GG's, very well played, and we see Alliance 2 rising again to 11 wins in the series. We're in the final round, game 2, Ricky 1990 versus Shadow Cold MFG. Shadow Cold MFG showing how strong his Togekiss is in this series, and Ricky, an absolute monster when it comes to that Swampert, but he was stopped hard by that Blaziken. So let's see how this plays out. The series is Alliance 1, 10 points, Alliance 2, 11. This is neck and neck, and it is coming down to the wire. So moving into game 1, we are taking a look from Ricky 1990 side. We see the Jirachi versus the Sceptile. The Confusion is going to be doing chunks to the Sceptile, but the Meteor Mash coming in right here is likely going to be forcing a shield on the Sceptile side. It does get the shield, and we see the Leaf Blades are going to start coming in now because of the Steel typing. It is going to be, oh, it's an Earthquake. The Earthquake one-shots. Wow, incredible. The Probopass now coming in, going to have to be able to get this Sceptile off the field so his Swampert can go to town on the enemy team. He does put up a shield though, and we see Toxicroak coming in. So Toxicroak going to be a threat to both sides of Ricky's team because of the counter damage. As we see there, almost half of Swampert's health is gone, and we're going to see a Mud Bomb flying off right here. Swampert is going to start losing all of his health. He's going to need to put some pressure now, or the Swampert is going to be gone before he can do anything in this battle. So the Toxicroak does go down. He is spamming that Hydro Cannon, hoping to get it before this Sceptile comes back in. He does get it. The Hydro Cannon here will likely finish off the Sceptile unless the shield comes up, which the shield does come up. He's going to farm down the Swampert before he can get to the Hydro Cannon. Now this Probopass is up against it with having one shield left. He has to determine if this is an Earthquake or a Leaf Blade, so he's going to put up the shield, and it is a Leaf Blade, so he was definitely baited out. The swap in to Sableye. Sableye going to be taking the full force of these rock slides with no shields left in play. But the thing is that Sceptile may have an Earthquake in the back. All this Sableye needs to do is get this Probopass low enough so that the Earthquake can one-shot it, which is definitely in kill range. This Rock Slide is going to be finished off the Sableye. It's going to come down to the Sceptile having Earthquake or not. Who can get to the charge move first? Oh man, here we go. So the Sceptile should be coming in right now, and it has a charge move. It is likely going to be the Earthquake, and it is Leaf Blade, however. Leaf Blade was just enough to finish off. Wow. GG's. Whew. All right, game 1 going to Shadow. So we are tied 11-11 in this series. We are going to go to game 2. Let's see if they change anything up. We see Meganium versus Sableye here, a matchup I've actually never seen before in the Great League, so this will be really interesting to see. So Meganium having that Community Day move of Frenzy Plant will do a ton of damage, but Sableye is great as a generalist because ghost moves are widely unresisted in the meta. So we see a shield come up there and a Togekiss come in, going to be chunking down, but Probopass going to be coming in. Probopass is a hard lock to a Togekiss because of its steel typing and its bulk, but let's see if this is a flamethrower. It is a ancient power, so he knows that now that there is an ancient power. He's going to go for the Rock Slide here. This Rock Slide going to be doing super effective damage to the Togekiss. It takes the Togekiss out. He needs to keep that shield for his last 2 Pokemon, but Ricky 1990 is sitting really good right now. A Bastiodon does come in, and Probopass having this loaded energy is going to start laying into this Bastiodon. Now this is just a fight of tanks. Not a lot of health is going to be dropped instantly, but if this Bastiodon can get to a flamethrower, it will be able to take out this Probopass. So Probopass again going for back-to-back Thunderbolts right here, slowly chipping away at this Bastiodon. It takes so many charge moves to get these 2 down. Will we see a shield go up? We don't. The Flamethrower is going to be finishing off the Probopass, but Swampert coming in now. Oh man, here we go. So Sableye coming into Swampert, but Swampert has the energy, it has the shields, and it has Hydro Cannon. This is a huge threat. We see Meganium come in, going to die right away. Swampert is going to have to start putting up shields. He's going to need to be able to take out this Sableye and one-shot whatever's in the back with that Hydro Cannon. So the Hydro Cannon is going to be connecting here. That is going to take out the Sableye, and the last Pokemon, being that Bastiodon, is going to go down to the Hydro Cannon here. So very well played from Ricky's side. He takes game 2 as well. So it is now 12-10 in the series. Can Shadow pull off a win for his team to get them in a 1-win scenario? So Ricky versus Shadow, game 3. Let's see if Shadow can pull off a clutch win for his team right here. And he lands Togekiss versus Jirachi. They're both going to be chunking each other down. Jirachi, having that steel typing, is going to be resisting the charm damage, but because of its squishy stats, it is going to be taking a hit from it. So Sceptile coming in now. Sceptile going to be firing off this Leaf Blade, and Jirachi not going to be using a shield. It's going to get to the Doom Desire, however, before it gets taken out. Doom Desire going to be shielded on Sceptile's side, so both shields are down for Shadow. This is not looking too good. Ricky is sitting pretty strong. However, he's going to need to stop an Earthquake, so he's going to throw up a shield right away. It is going to be Leaf Blade, and he's going to go for this Rock Slide. This Rock Slide hopefully will be enough to finish off the Sceptile. The Sceptile does go down, so we have the Togekiss in the back and now a Toxicroak. He is looking to swap to Swampert, and Swampert is going to be getting chunked by Oh man, this isn't looking too good. So Ancient Power coming through, no boost on the Togekiss side. We have the Hydro Cannon coming off to an unshielded Togekiss right here. This is likely going to take it out. And the final Pokemon being that Toxicroak, having a Mud Bomb. Is this going to be enough though? If it's not, this Hydro Cannon will be the key to the victory. It is not enough. The Hydro Cannon coming through right here for Shadow. Is this going to be enough to take out the Toxicroak? And it is, coming in clutch. Ricky 1990 winning game 3. After a crazy set of battles there between Ricky 1990 and Shadow Cold MFG, we see the series at Alliance 1 11 wins and Alliance 2 12 wins. So it's going to come down to this final set. Who can get to 14? Alliance 2 only needs to win 2 matches, and Alliance 1 has to go 3-0 in this series in order to win. And in this final match, we have Elisa Nobile versus the Nut 93. Elisa Nobile showing how dominant her Vigoroth and Whiscash play are, and the Nut just showing how crazy Blaziken and Zwellios can be for the Open Great League. Moving into game 1 here from the Nut side, we see him leading with that Zwellios. Zwellios is an absolute monster with Dragon Breath and Body Slam, and it is facing off against a Vigoroth. Vigoroth having that counter damage to take down the Zwellios, and he has to switch to Hypno. So Hypno versus Vigoroth. Vigoroth loading up a ton of energy. Now we see the knockdown coming in. But the thing is, this Hypno has Ice Punch, and Elisa may not know that. The Ice Punch is connecting. She now knows that he has Ice Punch, so she is going to have to be wary of that because it's going to be doing super effective damage. We see the Sky Attack coming in on the Hypno, but the Hypno getting to another Ice Punch. Hypno is so deadly, guys, with a Legacy Hypno having Shadow Ball and the choice of charge moves. It takes out the knockdown with ease. It is going to be able to handle that Vigoroth, but let's see what that third Pokemon is. So Vigoroth coming back in with all that loaded energy, looking to spam Body Slams back to back and switch to Whiscash right here on the charge move. Again, straight into an Ice Punch, and we are going to see the swap into Zwellios. Zwellios going to be burning down the shields here with Body Slam and Dragon Breath. No shield coming in there, but Body Slam coming in on Zwellios' side into this Whiscash. We see the first shield go down on Elisa's side. Mud Bomb now coming back in Zwellios. No shield still shown on the Nut. He is holding those shields for the very end. He is able to get to a last second Body Slam versus this Whiscash. Is it going to be enough? It takes out the second shield, so that is critical. Now we have Blaziken and Hypno still to finish off. We see Blaziken now so deadly coming in here. 2 shields. Blaziken ready to sweep. The Nut knows it. He can finish off this match with counters alone. Shielding. No need to shield. He doesn't even shield. What if this is a Bulldoze? Oh man, the Body Slam doing a ton of health. Getting really cocky there. Whoo! And then the final, he has to shield this Mud Bomb. Hopefully he hit that Blaze Kick. Oh my gosh, he has no health. Is this going to be a tie? Is this going to be an actual tie? No, Blaziken, wow. That Body Slam, the Nut now seeing how crazy Body Slam can be. He needs to be wary of that in the future. He really let that get close where it really couldn't have been. But oh man, moving into game 2, looking back at that game 1, he's saving it for that Mud Bomb. So top level plays here, guys. Top level plays. So again, same lead we see. Hypno coming into the Vigoroth. Vigoroth now going for charge moves this time instead of storing up and bailing out. We're going to see the Body Slam come in on the Hypno. Now she's bringing in the Whiscash versus Hypno. Shadow Ball coming in on the Nut side. Is she going to shield? She doesn't shield, so the Shadow Ball takes this Whiscash down to half health. No shield coming in on the Hypno. Mud Bomb going to be doing a little chunk of damage, but Hypno hoping to get to that second Ice Punch. No shield coming up again. This Mud Bomb will not finish off the Hypno, but it will be able to get to an Ice Punch, which should finish off this Whiscash, if not get it critically low. So it is critically low, and it's going to come down to fast moves. Hypno finishes off with the Confusion. Alright, so Vigoroth now coming back in, farming. Now we're going to see the Blaziken come in. And we see the knockdown come in with the Zwelios fast swap in. And Zwelios is absolutely destroying this knockdown with Dragon Breath. A shield coming up against this Sky Attack. Body Slam spams are going to be coming in now. And since this knockdown is locked into the Zwelios, it is going to face the full wrath of this Dragon Breath. As you guys can see, it is absolutely chunking. Able to get to another Body Slam before she can get to her Sky Attack. Shield goes up. She is wanting to finish off this Zwelios. We see the second shield come up on knockdown on Zwelios' side. And a third Sky Attack coming in. This will likely finish off the Zwelios. It does. So now Blaziken having to eat. Oh man, here comes Blast Burn. Going for the Hail Mary Blast Burn. We do get the Blast Burn before she's able to get the Body Slam to finish off the Blaziken. This Blast Burn will be finishing off the Vigoroth. So, GG's. We are tied, everyone. 13-13. It is going to come to this final game between Elisa Nobile of Italy versus the Nut 93 of Germany. We see Blaziken versus Noctowl. A fantastic lead on Elisa's side, so the Nut is really going to have to come back, and it is up to Hypno to change the pace of this game versus this Vigoroth. Vigoroth going to be coming in with these Body Slam spams. And Ice Punch is going to be coming back from the Nut side with his Hypno. This Ice Punch has been clutch for him in this series, and hopefully he can turn the tide of this fight right now. We see a shield come up on the Nut side versus the Vigoroth. He is now going for another Ice Punch. Again, this should be doing a decent chunk of damage, but we see the shield come up. Elisa is really wanting to win against this Hypno, but a second shield comes up, and he is likely going to farm down. But we see the Noctowl come in into Ice Punches, and he has back-to-back. This Noctowl is unprotected. This Ice Punch is going to be doing a ton of damage, and we see the swap in to Zwelios. What an amazing swap on the timing of Sky Attack to soak this, and then we're going to see the Dragon Breath go to town in tandem with this Body Slam. This Body Slam will be taking out the Noctowl. Things are looking good because the Noctowl is off the field and Blaziken is still in the back. Vigoroth is low. His last Pokemon is unshielded and alone. Oh man, it is Whiscash. Whiscash is the closer. It has been Elisa's go-to for this tournament. This Whiscash having the capability to finish off the rest of the Nuts team. We see a Mud Bomb coming in. Is this going to be enough to finish off Blaziken? It does super effective damage. Now we see the Hypno coming in. Gonna be going for the Shadow Ball, but not in time. This Mud Bomb is going to be taking Hypno extremely low. He's able to get off the Shadow Ball right here, but is this going to be enough to finish off Whiscash? It is not. It comes down to the wire right here, guys. Whiscash versus Blaziken. Who is going to finish? The Blaziken finishes with the fast move. GG's. We see the Nut taking all 3 games to sweep the series. Very well played by Elisa, but Alliance 1 takes the victory, guys, with 14 games to 13. What a crazy tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please smash that like button for the Nuts crazy 3-0 finish right there with his Blaziken. That was absolutely incredible, and shout out again to Alliance 1 and Alliance 2. Thank you everyone for participating, and shout out to the European Aces. I am looking forward to doing more of these tournaments with you guys, and likely turn these into live stream events. Right now this is just a video based on what we could do as a group right now, but I can see this being amazing content for the future for live stream events. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, shout out to Alliance 1, Shadow Cold MFG, XCK Chris, and the Nut for becoming victorious with that 14-13 crazy tournament. So like always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.